Well, guys, I've done a few changes on the radio. As you can see, the first edition is a new ferrite rod, multiple turns, and 8 or 9 taps on it. And she is fairly selective right now. I can tune a couple different radio stations. Right now I can tune 590, which is VOCM here in St. John's. I can tune from there up to about 800 kilohertz, which is VOWR, which is also in St. John's. CBC radio, which is on 640 kilohertz, I'm unable to hear them for some reason or another. I got a circuit diagram made up for both of these radios at the time, and that's the meter again. I can put this in series or out, and by tuning the tuning capacitor, as you would peak for the highest signal you can get on the meter. Then you just disconnect the clip, put it back there, and I've got the audio going through a Radio Shack DSP. I don't know how well you can hear it there. It's on. I'm planning on doing another little change with this now, as I'm planning on putting a second coil rapid over the ferrite core, this one here over the rod, and see if I can get a better pickup on the signal. The RF, or I should say the signal, is coming in on this lead here, which connects to here. I got a ground connection connecting to here, which is a common ground on the whole radio, which is the plate. I've got this other lead tapped off on the coil here, and it leads to either the meter or to the diode for the pickup on the headphones, or in this case for the DSP. And I've got the other gang of the capacitor, this one here, hooked up through the green clip, which is up here toward the top of the coil. So normally the ground would be on the end of the coil. Your antenna would go on to the top and you'd pick off from there. But I'm finding that I get better signal if I've got the ground lead more or less in the center of the coil, and then got my antenna connecting down here and the headphones connected through here, which, you know, I don't know how this is working, but it's working. I'm planning on putting a second coil. Like I say, I'm going to wind another coil over the top of the rod and see if I can get a better pickup for the headphones and see how that works out. As you can tell, the rod that come out of an old broadcast shortwave radio. It's a ferrite rod. It's about, I don't know, 7 inches long. I had one mount for it, which was here, and I didn't have the mount for the other side, so I just used a pill bottle, which is bolted down. That holds the other side of the rod. So yeah, it works. It's sturdy enough for this little project. I put up a 100-foot long wire antenna there today, running it in on a piece of coax, which is this one. And so far it works pretty good. I'd like for it to be more selective than what it is. Like I say, it's only picking up two frequencies right now, which is 590 kilohertz and 800 kilohertz. I'm trying to see if I can get the tuning capacitor to have a broader range. So I'm just fiddling around, nothing too fancy. Just fiddling around with a circuit. Again, it's a crystal radio. There is no power whatsoever. No battery power, no nothing feeding this. It's completely working off the signal in the ear, the RF energy in the ear. The meter is not being fed by any voltage at all, only what's coming off the antenna, as you can tell. Just peek it. It's right there. And just disconnect the clip and put it there. Then it's peaked. Let me see if I can get this a little bit stronger so you can actually hear it. There you go. So she is receiving. I like for her to be more selective on her tuning. That's the next step I'm working on here. As you can tell, I took this coil off the radio. It done the same thing I'm doing here now, only it wasn't doing much tuning. So I figured I'd go with the ferrite rod, this one, and maybe get better tuning. But I may end up going back to this coil because I'm not sure. So anyway, there you have it. I'll keep you updated, guys.